Well, hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, and this is going to cover all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet in La Paz, Baja, Mexico for the dates of the 19th of February until the 27th of February 2021. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in and hope you're taking care of each other. By the way, if you like our Mexican Minute, if you're enjoying what we put out here, tell you what, please give us a thumbs up, do us a favor, and subscribe. Also, if you want a more extended version, it's right there every week on www.tailhunter.com. That's our website. I've been putting it up almost every weekend for about 25 years. It's got a lot more information than I can put on a Mexican Minute, so check into that, and we'd love to have you subscribe to that. Okay, let's talk about a few things. You know, before I get into the fishing, I got a lot of questions about last week's video as to why I was out there standing in the snow. Listen, a week ago today, it was minus 5 degrees. We were in the middle of that big Texas snowstorm that whacked pretty much all of Texas, knocked out everyone's power, their water. It was a little cold, I should say. A lot of people were asking, well, if it was cold, and that day it was minus 11 degrees. If it was that cold, how come you couldn't see my breath? Well, to see my breath, it requires that there be some condensation, that there be some humidity in the air. There was only 16% humidity. I was freezing cold, but that's why you couldn't see my breath. I did get a lot of questions about that. So a week ago, we were in sub-zero temperatures. Also, why are we in Texas? Well, you know, as I keep explaining, November to April is off season down in La Paz. There's not a lot of folks coming down to get on the water, in the water, above the water, whatever. A lot of snowbirds come down, so there's really not a whole lot going on for us to be down there. Normally this time of year, as many of you know, we're on the road doing our trade shows throughout the United States, Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, Boise, all of the places, about 14 different places that we travel to every single week during a normal year. Well, most of those shows have been canceled this year, but economically, it still makes more sense for us to be in Texas, where we can handle phone calls better, do mailings, communicate with all of our folks a lot easier than it is in Mexico. So that's why we're in Texas. Also, the big one also is because we just had a new granddaughter about 4 weeks ago. So that's number 3. So those are all the reasons we're here in Texas. All right, let's talk about fishing. A lot going on. You know, whenever the wind's blowing, it's really tough to get out there. And until about 2 weeks ago, probably half the days either weren't worth getting out on the water, or the port captain closed things down and it was impossible to get on the water because of the winds and because of the waves. And that is pretty typical of this time of year from November to April. But the last 2 weeks we've gotten some breaks. If the winds were blowing, at least they came in the afternoon where guys could get out in the morning, or they gave us a complete break and the guys were out there able to fish. Now, these aren't a lot of what I should say, tourist fishermen coming in. A lot of locals, a lot of folks who live there, a lot of the captains are out there fishing. I'll tell you what, with that yellowtail bite that I've been telling you about for about 2 weeks, the other day I had Jorge and Esteban. You guys know them. They're our great drivers for Tecolote and for Tailhunter. They were out on the beach. They brought their light tackle to go fish on the beach. They counted 80 boats out there one day. The next day there were about 45. But the thing is, with all that traffic out there, the boats were still nailing these yellowtail, and they're not really far off from shore. Some of these fish are as close as 20 to 50 yards offshore around Punta Perico and also around the Las Serenas Lighthouse. But that hot spot is over on the backside of Cerralvo Island at a place called Los Pilis. It's kind of up near the north on the backside. If the winds aren't blowing, that spot has been red hot for yellowtail. 5 to about 25 pounds. Some larger fish also getting lost. We had some tuna about a week ago show up there as well. In addition to all that, check this out. Here we are in wintertime, and I've just told you about sub-freezing temperatures. You know, while it's been freezing in the United States, these last 2 weeks in La Paz, it's been in the 70s and 80s, and as I said, the wind has given us a break. There must be some warm water around. That's all I can figure out, because some Dorado have shown up as well. Add in yellowtail, add in Dorado, add in a few tuna here and there. There's also a couple of wahoo that were caught as well. Go figure, it's February, but we've got all these species. Then you add in pompano, you add in cabrilla, you add in huachinango, which are snapper, jack crevalle, white bonita, and you know, if the winds give us a break, there's a lot of fish to be caught out there. Now, this coming week looks like the winds are going to come back up, but we're always keeping an eye on the weather. So if you're coming down, hopefully you've got some flexibility on the dates you can fish, and we'll try to find the best days for you to be on the water, or to be honest with you and just tell you, listen, it's better to just stay by the pool, hang out, go drink a margarita. It's not a good day to go fishing. Okay, other things going on. Some good news. The COVID test that we all have to take if we go into Mexico, as of the 26th of January, the CDC announced that all international travelers that are coming into the United States, that includes those folks who go down fishing or to visit in Mexico, if you're returning into the United States, you have to have a negative COVID test. And it can't be older than 3 days, 72 hours, so you have to take these COVID tests. Well, just a quick update to tell you that all of the hotels, all the timeshares in Cabo San Lucas sound like they've got them open now. There are testing facilities for you. Also, the airports in La Paz, the airport in Cabo San Lucas, the airport in Tijuana, which see a lot of international travelers, have also got these testing facilities. In addition to that, there's about 20 other cities in Mexico that get a lot of international travelers, a lot of tourists. They're all setting up these COVID testing sites. It's no big deal from what I understand. You know, every test is intrusive, right? But they swab your insides there in about 15 minutes is all it takes. Then you get a result in about an hour. So they're moving along. These are getting adjusted. Mexico's trying to cope with everything, and it seems like it's working out pretty well. I did talk to some folks, and they're telling me it was really no big deal. They came to the airport a little earlier. They got the test, and they're able to get on the flights without any problem. The really good news we heard is that Mexico, which had gone up during the holidays to a level 4, has reduced itself to a level 3 now. So we've gone from yellow down to, we've gone from orange down to yellow now. So that means pretty much everything is open. Occupancy has increased from 30 to now 50%. That's hotels, that's restaurants, that's other businesses. Pretty much everything is open. But that also includes the beaches. A lot of folks are asking, are the beaches open? Yes, they are, but they're counting heads. It doesn't seem like it's been a lot of a big problem. They've done this since last summer. They count the number of heads going in, and they try to restrict how close people can get. It seems like it's working out great. The thing I need to tell you is if you're going down during Holy Week, during Easter time, normally with all the locals that travel, the beaches are jammed, crowded. It looks like Coney Island. It looks like Venice Beach in California. It looks like Huntington Beach in California, full of people. Well, they're going to close the beaches for COVID restrictions during Easter week, only for about a week. Other than that, the beaches are open. So that's really, really good news. I just wanted to pass that on. Also, one more thing I heard about, since the 26th of January, when they instituted these CDC rules requiring that you negatively COVID test, there was a report I just saw out of Cabo San Lucas from the tourism board that said they've had about 60,000 people travel in the last month that were international travelers that had to go back to the United States and had to get these tests. Well, out of those 60,000 people, only 50 tested positive. That's 50 people out of 60,000 people that returned to the United States. And of those 50, none of them had any COVID symptoms. They just had a positive test. Now, what does that mean? For a lot of people that are scared, because I'm getting a lot of questions about that, it doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck for 14 days. The hotels are making exceptions to have special discounted rooms for everybody. They also have special meals, special facilities, and you don't have to stay for 14 days in quarantine. What they do is every 2 days, you get a test. You get a test every 2 days. As soon as it turns negative, you're able to leave. So it's working out really well. The facilities are being implemented all over the place, making it as easy and as convenient as possible for everyone. So if you have any other questions, get in touch with us. But that's going to do it for a quick wrap-up of our Mexican Minute for these past couple of dates. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in. Please do us a favor, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. You take care of each other, and we'll get back to you next week. God bless.